much needed and great addition to our community, and appreciate your
Thank
tenacity in making this happen. You know, we're in the process of building an economic development program for Lake Houston Chamber, and been taking stock of a lot of our assets of what we have that really sets us apart and makes us a very competitive community. One thing that really, when you start looking at it, we have Lone Star College Kingwood, and they are a tremendous asset to our community, and we're going to have Katherine Persson, president of Dr. Katherine Persson.
Right.
Dr. Garfield. So Dr. Katherine Persson will talk to us about Lone Star College Kingwood.
Thank you, Charlie. Do the quick and dirty in the 5 to 7 minutes that I have, but you should have a brochure that provides some of the stats, so you don't need to be copying any of that. Well, I was asked earlier, how are we associated with Lone Star College system? And actually, we are one of the largest systems in the state. We're buying between 1 and 2. We now have almost 90,000 credit students entering in the fall semester, and so that was the 85,000 head count was taken right as we began the year in 2011, but we had more students add with our second start set of classes and our fast track. So really, we're just behind the Dallas County Community College District in terms of number of students. We're located in 6 separate colleges. We have 1 elected board of trustees at large, and a chancellor reports to them. Each one of our 6 colleges, though, have their president and their own hierarchy, and you'll see we're quite large. So we're connected as a system. We do some things the same. We share many activities because we also have about 1/5 of our students who swirl, who attend more than 1 college for their college coursework. But we cover 1,400 square miles. How many in here have ever been at Lone Star College Kingwood? Okay, most but not everyone. In 2007, just before our chancellor came on board, we had a failed bond for the first time ever. And when we went back and did our homework why it failed, it was that most of the voters identified with their local community college. So they saw us as Kingwood College or North Harris College or Cy-Fair. They didn't recognize on the bond language North Harris Montgomery Community College District. So we underwent a name change. We are now, and have been for the last 4 years, Lone Star College -Kingwood or -North Harris or -Cy-Fair. And so that's, you know, and to be honest, everyone can remember Lone Star College, and folks outside the state associate that with Texas. So we're now easy to identify. Kingwood reached over 12,000 students for the first time this past fall, and you'll see some of that growth. I'll show you more about our blueprint in terms of property, but we are quite large. To service over 12,000 students, we have just under 300 full-time and the rest part-time employees. We also have been offering for many years classes at the East Montgomery County Improvement Center, MCET. We have a wing with 4 classrooms. What has been very successful there are the adult lifelong learning classes, and those serve a population 55 and older. We actually have over 1,000 enrollees in our lifelong learning school. We also, in the summertime, serve our younger students from ages 8 on up with the Discovery College. So if you're coming to the college campus now, I can tell you if you're there at 8 in the morning or at 5 in the afternoon, you're probably going to see this line of parents that are dropping off and picking up kids from one of our summer Discovery College courses. I'd like to show this. I can't help it, I'm the daughter of geographers and geologists, but all of the colored spots represent the 11 independent school districts that have voted to join the college district, to will a tax on themselves. In addition, we have these 3 gray ones, Montgomery, Cleveland, and Tarkington, that are in our service area but have not joined in terms of taxes. So we service them with dual credit. We have all kinds of programs there, but their students do pay out-of-district fees. Lone Star College, Kingwood, is located right here, right inside New Caney School District boundary, but we service Humboldt, New Caney, Splendora, Cleveland, and Tarkington. So that's 600 square miles. We belong to 4 different chambers, many different rotaries, Kiwanis, etc. I also like to show this because when I first became president 4 years ago, I had no idea where the city of Houston boundary lines were. We were annexed back in the mid-90s, but exactly where did it go? So while the college property is outlined in blue, the city of Houston is in red. So actually coming up, this is Sorters, this is Kingwood Drive. So annexed into our parking lots this way, that's really the mud, and going on down to North Park. But this is also interesting because you can see all of this 200 acres plus is on the floodplain. This is the San Jacinto River. So Sorters really is the dividing line. We can't have any buildings across Sorters. And this doesn't show our 2 new buildings here, but at any rate, we're almost out of buildable land. And we were lucky that we have just been able to acquire 9 acres here. And that will be a future site for a 4-way partnership with our early college high school partners, which will involve 3 different ISDs. It'll be quite unique, and we're working on that plan. Just showing our rapid growth, so we've been doing a lot the last couple of years trying to serve the many more students that are coming to us. We've diversified, much like all of our service area has. Where in community colleges, the national average is actually 60% are female. We're a little higher female. At first I thought that was mostly because of our unique programs. We have large healthcare programs, interior design, cosmetology. But actually there's something bigger going on in the nation. We should now be worried about what's happening to boys because they're not finishing high school at the same rate. They're not taking the tougher curriculum. They're not entering college at the same rate. They're not getting the diplomas. 58% of all degrees now earned in this country are earned by women. Okay, I'll go really fast because I see signs on how much time we have. This is what makes us a comprehensive college. We offer all of those different things. Just some of our programs, we did add fire science trying to attract more males, so we're in the 2nd year of that. This is where we get our money. This was last year, then this past year. We've switched. The state is funding less and less of our budget. We used to say that we were state supported, then state aided. Now we just admit we're state molested. In all honesty, that doesn't tell the whole story because the state also has cut back about $30 million in benefits it used to pay to our community college for health care and for retirement. But now we have an equal sharing of the cost of community college between the local taxpayers and the students via tuition and fees. We're still cheap, especially compared to universities. We're still a great bargain. This is how we spend our money and how we stack up with, this is Lone Star, to the national average, so we do spend more on instruction. Our taxpayers told us last time around that they would rather increase their taxes by a couple of percentages of a penny, not even a full penny, than have to limit enrollment because they do see our local community colleges as the engine to help with our economic recovery. This is the slide that I love to show because this tells you the very bleak story that our country is in and our state if we don't do something to improve. So this is looking at the percent of all adults with at least associate degree or higher by age. So the younger population is in the mustard color, the 25 to 34-year-olds. My age group is down here in the lighter color on your far right. So the idea is we should have more of the younger population get in degrees, and we certainly see that in Korea, China, Japan, United Kingdom. When we look at the United States, you might notice older populations earn more degrees than the younger ones. This is not a good sign. Texas is even much worse. We do beat Mexico. So if you think that we've done everything that we should be doing in education, and we look at how we're moving towards, we are in the information age, and you need degrees or you need instruction beyond high school, this does not look good. So we have some serious issues to address in this country that I wish we would see in the media and also in the state. And we do know that education does pay, and this is shown again and again on the earning abilities. Great things going on at the college. This has been a banner year. Not only do we have an anonymous donor who gave us $1 million for 20 scholarships to be funded at $3,000 per student each year in perpetuity. But also, as of December 31st, we had another donor give us stock options that equated to $1.5 million to be used until it's used up to help single parents 17 to 30 with their child care needs if they pass a course with a C or better. And there's a limit on to how many semesters they can be there doing that. And we also, MSED, the Ucania and Splendora school districts tax themselves, and part of the MSED appropriation of those monies is through a $1,000 scholarship to every graduate of those two school districts. And in addition, we do have permanently endowed scholarships, and it only takes $15,000 to permanently endow a scholarship for $1,000 a year for a student forever. Just some of the cool things we're working on really quick. For the first time ever, we are going to offer daytime child care from our bond. We have some vacant space that we're renovating. We'll partner with the Y, and we'll offer a 7 to 12 o'clock program, 7 in the morning to 4 o'clock program. We're also working on still rehabilitating the lowlands, and we have great service learning projects with getting those boardwalks built and working in the learning garden, just all kinds of cool things that we partner with the Mosaic program, which is the children aged 17 to 21 who aren't quite ready to be launched on their own. And so we're here really to partner with as many folks as we can that make sense to further educational opportunities for our community. So certainly great partnerships have been the University of Houston downtown, and we see Noelle Bizette, who used to work for us, and UHD Stoll, and Dale Higginbotham, who's there, because we have great programs even at the Atascocita Center and on our campus as well. Any questions?